this isn't as hard as the World away. We're talking out Voikelin about, he finished up there in the Flash Wallon. This is going to, so this isn't as hard. In the past, the first time it was up here, it was a little bit of a battle between Cadel Evans and Todd Hushoff. So some of these guys can get up there, and Matthew Van der Poel, he's very capable of getting up here. If he gets up the steep part, okay, and then that draggy part, he's got a good finish on him. But there's a few riders in here who'll be fancying their opportunity. And just when we started to kind of mention Voikel and his team start to bring him towards the front, I think I read something that any of his Grenadiers were interested in him. I think I said the other day, that he's the big hope, the big French hope going forward. Now that team is in trouble with the sponsors not moving forward, I hope they find another sponsor. But it does look as if in his Grenadiers are currently talking to Voikelin about taking him on board.
That would be a big sign, wouldn't it? And sadly, as we've said, our Airbnb hotels are trying to find. They've got a men's and a women's program, so we really do hope that they find something and can continue. That would be a big move for him, and a good move to go to a team like that, and just having, it's not just it's everything, isn't it? It's the background and the with Ineos Grenadiers already having a Frenchman there in Axel Laurence might be the right draw for him.
They were always looking at some of the French riders in his Grenadiers before it was Sky. And there was rumours, I said it earlier on, about Evenepoel. I believe Evenepoel's looking at Red Bull, Bora Hansgrohe. But there's always in the tour, there's always rumours, there's always things kicking around. But Voikelin is not going to be the saviour. He's not going to be up there with the likes of Pogacar and Vingegaard. So if they want to get back to kind of winning the tour, where is that rider going to come from?
That is the big question at the moment. Geraint Thomas, Tour de France winner in his career, in the final season of his professional career. What a career he has had. He's been both the youngest rider in the race and the oldest rider in the race in his career. He started the Tour de France with Barlow World, finished the Tour as a youngster, and now in this Tour de France at 39 years old, the oldest rider in this year's Tour de France. 29.2 kilometers to go. Minute and 1 to the peloton. 2:42 to Jonathan Milan. We saw him with Biniam Girmay and Arnaud Delis. But we're heading towards Mur de Bretagne and the next big showdown in this year's Tour de France.
There's nothing like summer in New York City. Something new and unexpected always awaits.
Found out after the British title, which was the week before, like every other national title event, or most national title event, obviously, the Aussies are away back in January, and some of the other nationalities have their championships at kind of different parts of the year in their summer. So it's good to see him. He's to be in your first Tour de France in the British Champions jersey is something to behold. Mark Cavendish has showed well in the British Champs jersey in the Tour. I can go back to Sean Yates as well, having the British Championship in the Tour de France.
We do have 3 out-and-out favourites for this finish in Tadej Pogacar, Mathieu van der Poel and Jonas Vingegaard. If this comes back as it looks like it is, we've got to have some outsiders as well today to look at. Who are you feeling that we're going to watch as well on this finish?
I can't see who else is going to be. You'd have to argue Voikelin, because he can do these things, the super motivation Tour de France stage. I think he'll be there and he'll have a go. But apart from that, I think Oscar Onley will be there. You have to look at the group. Was it the stage that Pogacar won when he beat Mathieu van der Poel in the sprints? That's the sort of riders that we're going to have in this final.
So stage 4, Tadej Pogacar.
Gregoire,
Yeah. Roman Gregoire was 4th, João Almeida, Remco Evenepoel 7th, Matteo Jorgensen was 8th, Matthias Skelmoser was in 9th, Kevin Vauquelin there, 10th place. So there are usual suspects. There are group. It's a different kind of. It's hard to look beyond that to anyone else. Alaphilippe, maybe. Do you feel, or do you just looking fatigued? For your info, in 30 kilometers, we'll reach Mur de Bretagne. We're on the ride super fast, guys. Let's not be shy on Omari. Mathis can try to guide you a bit. It's now. I'll just give you a little translation to our French director sportif in the car there. Let's not be shy. Let's not be scared. They've got to go into this finish as well with the confidence in Kevin Vauquelin here that he has got the opportunity. He has got what it takes to win on this.
Yeah, you have to. They are a team, smaller team, and they have to. When they say don't be shy, you have to take it on from the front, show your face.
We're inside 30 kilometers from the end of today's stage of Tour de France. 106 is the gap from our breakaway group. Geraint Thomas, Alex Baudin, Ivan Garcia Cortina, and Ewan Costiu. It is the showdown, the next showdown that we are expecting. You could see the breakaway group here fighting to try and stay clear. It is going to be a tall order, but let's go and catch up with Jens Vogt on the back of the bike.
I just rode past a few of these flags off the fence. There's still some wind. When a road goes open, there is still some wind from the right side. That will add to the stress already in the peloton because everybody wants to be super well placed for the first time, Mur de Bretagne. So the little bit of wind adds to the stress and excitement and nervousness within the peloton. Back to you commentators.
We're up to Mur de Bretagne, where we finish today, this stage. We have our little circuit, and you can see already that the lead out into the start of the climb and the circuit. Before we get to the main climb of the Mur de Bretagne, they have the village, the Côte de Village de Mur de Bretagne, with it's a 1.6 kilometer climb. It averages 4.6%. The top of that comes with, or the King of the Mountains point on that climb comes with 18.2 kilometers to go. So, Brian, we're really very much running in now down towards Mur de Bretagne and in towards the village.
This isn't going to happen very, very quickly now. It's this stage will be over soon because we heard from the radio and things like that. From our Airbnb hotels. You have to start thinking about it. The speed will be up. Just heard from Jens that it's blowing a little bit. This kind of head cross of the Mur de Bretagne, and it kind of rears up. As I said, it's the bottom part is the steepest. It rears kind of straight up. And it's about kind of measuring your effort. We do it twice, of course. Many riders will know this. I've already kind of raced up this climb. But yeah, let's see if anybody has a crack at it the first time up. There could be someone interested, but I think the UAE Team Emirates may be too strong to allow anything like that to happen.
Timing on the sprint of Mur de Bretagne. Well, we came in 2021. Mathieu van der Poel was ahead. He was alone. He wanted the bonus seconds. He wanted the yellow jersey in this one. Do we feel he's got to be a lot more measured today in this one if he wants to try and take it on from Pogacar? Does he have to? Is it whoever goes first? Is it kind of going back to what he alluded to in his post-race interview the other day? If you were in front of Tadej, when you go, then you've got a chance. It's trying to come over the top of him in these situations where it's almost seen as an impossibility.
Well, we've just received a message from Matt Stevens to say that strong head cross.
The Aero Neo chrome folding kick scooter at Smith's Toys. With its cool metallic chrome finish, this folding scooter is compact for easy travel and storage. Enjoy extra visibility with clear wheels with motion-activated lights. Ideal for exploring, the Aero Neo chrome scooter individuals with practical features.
Free delivery on orders over £20.
Here the Tour de France, and that was a headwind sprint, and you can remember that Pavel Bittner took it on from a sprint, because he wanted to take it on, he wanted to sprint, and kind of lost a little bit kind of speed towards the finish. This headwind, although it's uphill, and it's only a few percent towards the line, it just kind of drags up towards the line. I think it's one you can sit and wait. You can sit and wait late. I remember when Veermans won, he attacked to win it, he went solo. I can remember Dan Martin doing exactly the same thing. And I can remember Mathieu van der Poel doing the same thing. It seems to be when the steepest part is over. That's when, if you've got something, you accelerate. But with this head cross wind, I think it kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. And I really do think that, I think Pogacar, well, I don't think he'll want to go too early. So it really depends on how fast and how hard they hit the steepest part. Because afterwards, if you're on the wheel, Mathieu van der Poel is no slouch.
Our average speed so far today, 48.7 kilometers an hour, our average today.
Just going up to 48.8. But yeah, it'll come down slightly. But another very fast tour stage. You see the VIP helicopter. You can get these experiences. You can buy these experiences where you get to see the start. You get a chance to be in on a car. You stop or have lunch and things like that, and then this helicopter's waiting for you to take you in towards the finish again. So it's a big experience, these VIP experience here at the Tour.
We're descending down towards Mur de Bretagne, the village, through 20 kilometers to go on today's stage 7 of the Tour de France. And our breakaway group still battling to stay ahead. Geraint Thomas on the front in the orange of Ineos Grenadiers. The rider in the red and black, Ewan Costu of our Airbnb hotels. Alex Baudin in the pink of EF Education Easy Posted. In the white, blue and black of Movistar is Ivan Garcia Cortina. We're heading towards the summit now, the top of the first categorized climb of the day. It is the Côte du Village, the Mur de Bretagne, with it's a 1.6 kilometer climb. It averages 4.6%. 18.2 kilometers to go is the top. There is just 1 point on offer in our King of the Mountains classification. And here we go. It is game on in the peloton behind.
Yeah, we got an acceleration at the front here from Garcia Cortina. It just cut away because obviously the producer seen that Visma Leserberg, I think they were always going to do this. I think, I said a moment ago that Jorgensen might, want to kind of try something. So they've kind of been on the attack right from the start. They've allowed UE Team Emirates to kind of boss things at the throughout the majority of the stage. But I think what we may see is UE Team Emirates come back to the front again. They don't like being kind of bullied or pushed out. So Sivakov just coming back to the front to restore the kind of dominance that they've been doing pretty much all day since the breakaway went away.
Valentin Madouas, little celebration there. as our breakaway are going to battle it out for the points of the Kingdom Mountains. Saw Little Trek coming up towards the front as well. For me, if he's recovered, Thibaut Nace is another rider that we can look at. This is the tight right-hander here on the climb, very tight. We'll see if this is what UAE and Visma Lease bike are leading into. As even Garcia Cortina, 6% is the gradient. The Movistar rider attacks. Geraint Thomas just momentarily gapped off the back here for the Ineos Grenadiers. They want this 1 point at the top here, but also just trying to Claire Thomas trying to come back for the Ineos Grenadiers. Even Garcia Cortina is really driving this one at the front. And the former Tour de France winner, Geraint Thomas. Final tour, worked hard to get in today as Costu just comes alongside Garcia Cortina. Just a 1 point for the King of the Mountains today. As Costu comes through, takes that one. So points mean prizes for the Arkea.
You're the CEO of Temu, right?
Yes.
How dare you still have the audacity to eat here? You said people could buy the tablet for £0 on Temu, right? It's all a lie. You're a company of liars.
What? We at Temu never lie. To show our gratitude to users, we've restarted that promotion on Temu this time. You can really buy the tablet for £0. It's definitely genuine.
Then why couldn't I get it?
By the way, where did you download the Temu app from?
From the official app store. So what?
You used the wrong link.
Click on this ad video and download the Temu app from this link. Then you can get it.
Wow, I really got it.
It's a genuine product. This is a high-performance tablet that can handle both entertainment and work with just this one device. With a high-resolution display, videos and games are full of impact. It has a spacious screen that can be useful in business scenarios too. And it also supports an external keyboard. You can't get it from the App Store. Be sure to click on this ad video and take part in the event.
Only for new app users with qualifying orders. Terms and conditions apply.
Through the groups. That's the Village climb, Brian. Now we'll get a glimpse now of those straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Fantastic crowds here, but yeah, the steepest part is just going to go straight up in front of you. And then kind of drags over the top now. But yeah, as expected, Costu probably the better of the climbers in this. Yeah, he's French, motivated, so is Baudin, but Costu is a really good sprinter, but these crowds are absolutely amazing. It just goes straight and it gets steeper, steeper, steeper. And then you lose some of that gradient for the last few hundred meters.
15% maximum gradient, Moody Battalion. And you can see EF Education Easy Post. Ben Healy sat second wheel. Caden Groves leads in on the right in the grey. For the man clad in yellow on the yellow bike is Mathieu Van der Poel, but it is the Frenchman, Johan Costu for Arkea B&B Hotels is going after as well the Combativity Award today. You always want to be last man standing. Look at the flags though, Brian, in that wind direction that Matt Stevens was alluding to.
Yeah, but I don't think that'll have much of an effect. Look at the wall. Look at the noise. You know, you can see the cars just going over the top of this part. This is the hardest part. So with the trees, the crowds, I don't think the wind will have much bearing on it. But it's Simon Yates pushing in the front now. You can see Ben Healy still in the game. Lipovic there for Bora. Looks as if Lipovic, well, he's got a chance to do what he wants to do today instead of possibly looking after Roglic. Vingegaard, well, he's in second place for the moment anyway.
Issue a little bit further back here for Clement Champoussin. Geraint Thomas is caught as Yates, Vingegaard there. Let's have a look there. Just caught the back wheel there. Did Clement Champoussin. Delaying as well. And there's Johannesson. Leifovitz on in the blue shorts, the red and white jersey of Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. You can see the rope just trying to hold the riders back here. 12% gradient, but out of the saddle, powering on here at the front. Simon Yates, the winner of the Giro d'Italia. It is Jonas Vingegaard on the wheel. It looks like it is going to be a GC showdown here on Mur de Bretagne as Alex Baudin is caught by the peloton. Johan Kostiou still out of the saddle, but it does give us a good idea, Brian. Now, for anyone that's never seen Mur de Bretagne before, that just here now we get over the top, and this is the bit. If you get clear on that section of climb, this is where you've got a long way to hold it here from the Flamme Rouge.
Yeah, from a kilometre to go easy's a little bit. You go from your 12s, as you see, the 7% now, and this is where if you go over the steep part, then you get big power, then you can do some damage. Mathieu van der Poel just losing it, probably a little bit too far back, but it doesn't look as if he's on the game, because he normally would be a little bit further up. This looks flat here. It's not. There is a bit of gradient here, but this is where you can do a lot of damage if you get to this part.
It's going to be a big raucous reception through the finish line, as he has had it all the way up the climb here for Johan Kostiou of Arkea B&B Hotels. This team searching for a new sponsor. They are acquitting themselves well in this year's Tour de France. That stage victory, though, just eluding them at the moment. The camera, though, pans back to this group. Yates on the front for his teammate. Vingegaard behind him. Leifovitz, Wellens, Almeida, Pogacar. We've got Evenepoel, Vauquelin, Jorgensen, Skelmos is there, Oscar Onley also still in contention at the front of that group. They get the bell this time. 1 lap to go. 21 seconds from Kostiou. It's going to be all about this group behind. So you can see Jonathan Narvaez just looking back over the shoulder. Carlos Rodriguez on the outside of the group for Ineos Grenadiers, but digging in now, trying to hold this gap for as long as possible is our Frenchman.
Yeah, the kind of easy's a little bit the last kind of couple 100 metres now. Kostiou's going to take the bell. He's going to kind of hold on for dear life. But it looks as if Mathieu van der Poel, there's a group of about 20, 25 riders. He was at the back of that. Don't discount him out. Possibly just out of position a little bit. But yeah, Mathieu van der Poel still in the yellow jersey, still in this front group. There's a strong lead there from Simon Yates. His brother's not that far away. Tim Wellens takes over. So both Adam.
This is my new favourite live stream shopping app where you can browse and purchase instantly, finding brand name throwbacks like Nike, Fubu, True Religion and Juicy Couture. I've been thrifting on Whatnot for almost a year now, and the best steal of all time was a vintage Nike embroidered sweatshirt. It retails at around £150, but I bought it for only £10, and that's just the start. Download the app to start exploring one-of-a-kind pieces at crazy bargain prices.
On the wheel, and it's up to Tim Wellens now to do the chasing.
The thing is, he doesn't really have to, does he? And but he will, because it's Visma Leasebike. That's what we've been pretty much saying all day. So Tim Wellens, he also took a point at the top of the climb, so he increases his tally in that competition. Wants to keep a hold of it. And Wout van Aert, I think he just kind of looked to the side there, lost his glasses there.
Did look over the shoulder. So going through, is that Fred Wright, third wheel? Martin Mohoric for Bahrain Victorious. Can't quite pick out who it is at the moment. But Wout van Aert glancing over the shoulder. Tim Wellens giving chase. Johan Kostiou is still clear here. 17 seconds with 13.3 kilometers to go. A stage win into the Tour de Bretagne is one of the career wins of Johan Kostiou. So familiar with these sort of roads and this sort of terrain. Just glancing back over the shoulder, he'll know that the peloton are coming and they are pounding down the gap between him Wout van Aert's still on the front.
It's Mohoric is in third place, but you can see Tim Wellens. This still is a bit more of a kind of head cross win now. So Wout van Aert's, Tim Wellens has brought him back, but it just goes to show you that these Melissa biker, they want to gain any success they can, but I think with this win now, it's making it relatively hard for anything to kind of stick. And I don't think for one moment that UAE Team Emirates were going to allow Wout van Aert. He's not a danger in the general classification, but it's just because of the team he rides for.
So behind, it's almost day done for one of our breakaway riders. As we look down through the group, Kevin Vauquelin being protected towards the front here by his teammates. He's got one rider just off the front.
You can just see what I was saying the other day there about some riders just sitting in the wind. You can see Adam H just sitting in the wind coming slightly from the right-hand side, kind of cross-head winds. So they'll sit out in the wind and protect. This group has got a little bit bigger. Evenepoel is a little bit further down. Rodriguez is still there. This has got to almost kind of 40. Almeida is down towards the back. So there's about almost 40 riders still at the front of this race.
The catch, though, is about to be made. And Johan Kostiou here is the final rider standing from the breakaway group. As Marc Soler takes over at the front, Tim Wellens is on his wheel. Here comes Adam Yates, also up towards the front of the group. Jenno Bergmos towards the back. Warren Barguil just moving up on the left in the orange and blue, with Oscar Onley just tucked right in behind the Frenchman. The lead out, though, for Tadej Pogacar on the finish of stage 7 here of the Tour de France on Mur de Bretagne. As Wellens moves through, already notching up his 100th professional victory in this race. Is it going to be 101 today? Eddie Dunbar moving up in the purple and grey colours on the left. As you look at the peloton, here comes Remco Evenepoel. White jersey, best young rider, gold helmet, the double Olympic champion, trying to shuffle himself forward to get himself into the right position. We still have 11.9 kilometers to go. A lot of the back end of this circuit now, Brian, is just very sort of downhill all the way round towards to where we start the climb again.
Yeah, there's a lot of descending now. I was just thinking, Evenepoel was a little bit far behind. He did move up a little bit. Good to see that Warren Barguil for Picnic posting out, and the orange and the blue moving Oscar Onley up. Lipovic, well, he seems to be kind of riding for himself. Roglic is still in this group, but it's building itself up nicely here. You get Almeida. Oh, he's down the back of this group. He often does that. Skelmos on the right-hand side for Ludo Trout, just moving up on his own this time. So, yeah, the normal protagonists are here, and we're going to get, ringside for this last time up the Mur de Bretagne. And you have to say that Pogacar potentially could be his 101 victory and another victory in this Tour de France.
Will we see another move from Wout van Aert?
Want to send money to Nigeria? Use TapTapSend. You can transfer money to most major banks 24/7 anywhere, from Lagos to Kano, all from your phone. Benefit from our special offer. Use this promo code to get $30 on your first transfer.
What we found with Google is that we could grow exponentially. Loki's a combination of a lifestyle and a purposeful brand.
In a luxury market that's really tricky, we've managed to 10 times our revenues whilst using the Google product.
Just as a rider, comes alongside, he moves up and uses that rider. It could have been Voikelin himself. So when you're on your own, you have to choose, other riders when they're moving past you to just jump on the wheel. But I think it's going to be very difficult. Wout van Aert wants to try again. It's not always going to be very difficult, but because Sivakov and now some of the other riders from UAE Team Emirates, Almeida, they start to come to the front. They know that there might be some kind of late attacks, and they want to keep the pressure on the race to make sure it's kept together.
It's going to be a big effort. We're expecting that big shaker on the really steep part of the climb, and then just looking around with that K to go and seeing if anyone's still there.
You can't go into the red in that steep part. You have to be there. It's the biggest difference is over the steep part in the last kilometre. If you've got good legs in that last kilometre, that's when you can do a lot of damage. That's where you can, gain so much. But this head cross wind means that I think it's going to be late. I think this is going to be a sprint to the line, and it's going to happen in the last few hundred metres.
You got your first two on GC, all looking around at the front within 1 second of each other. Mathieu van der Poel and Tadej Pogacar, as we see Nadim Gamana and Jonathan Milan just going through the line. They're 8 minutes and 21 seconds now. Remco Evenepoel going into the day at 43 seconds, but it is that 1 second time gap between Van der Poel and Pogacar that when we look at the 10, 6 and 4 seconds, bonus seconds that we have on the line, if it comes down and Pogacar wins the stage and Van der Poel finishes second, that jersey swaps back to Tadej Pogacar once again. If Van der Poel manages to take it and manages to take some bonus seconds and finish in front of Tadej Pogacar, the yellow jersey stays on the shoulders of the Alpecin-Teutoburg rider. But we've seen the pattern throughout this one. Visma Lease by Jonas Vingegaard feels like maybe wants a bit of redemption today for from losing the time in the time trial.
Yeah, I think so. That'll be in the back of his mind. In fact, it's Marc Soler, the Spaniard at the front. But by the looks of things, the way that Visma Lease are riding this one and what they did previously on the climb, it does look as if they're going to take this on from the front. They're going to go hard as they can all the way up this climb and hoping that Vingegaard can finish this one off.
Bruno Armarai moves up. Felix Gall is there as well for the Decathlon AG2R, Le Mondial. Some teammates as well. There's a teammate for Remco Evenepoel, Eddie Dunbar, tying in his shoes at the back.
I want to put it past him because, he's got a good finish on him as well. I think it's Van Wilder is there for Evenepoel.
Van der Poel is floating, keeping an eye on the riders that he needs to. Wout van Aert's that second wheel here. He tried that attack, tried to make that move. Johansson on the outside gives a little nod, but it's a full-on lead out here from Marc Soler. There's Ben Healy, yesterday's stage winner. And Ben Healy, big crash. Oh, Dunbar goes down. Huge crash. Healy's down.
You hear that one happening? That was just panic from Dunbar. You hear the noise like we did there, and riders come down. Possibly just a touch of wheels, but it just happened so quickly. Joao Almeida on the left-hand side there for UAE Team Emirates.
Multiple rider. Buitrago's gone down there. Mahoric, Almeida just on the side here. Huge crash, unfortunately, here. As they adjust the pace, the pressure in that group there, Brian. Hopefully everyone is okay.
Yeah, the worst off was Buitrago. I actually heard it in my cans there, just as it happened. You hear that. Very lucky is Ben Healy. He riding well yesterday and, up there, and all of a sudden just that lack of concentration, a touch of wheels, and all of a sudden it's all over. Almeida looks as if he's one of the worst off, but I think the worst looked like Buitrago.
Yeah, hopefully everyone is okay. Guillaume Martin has gone down here. Just have a little replay, as I said, Brian. It was that sort of ricochet at the back, wasn't it? Soler heard it.
Here we see it again. It was happened in the Tango, I think Betrago, what happened? But just see, that was just panic from Dunbar at the back. He just banged on his brakes and he came off himself.
He's looking quite slick.
You're the CEO of Temu, right?
Yes.
How dare you still have the audacity to eat here? You said people could buy the tablet for £0 on Temu, right? It's all a lie. You're a company of liars.
What? We at Temu never lie. To show our gratitude to users, we've restarted that promotion on Temu this time. You can really buy the tablet for £0. It's definitely genuine.
Then why couldn't I get it?
By the way, where did you download the Temu app from?
From the official app store. So what?
You used the wrong link.
Click on this ad video and download the Temu app from this link. Then you can get it.
Wow, I really got it.
It's a genuine product. This is a high-performance tablet that can handle both entertainment and work with just this one device. With a high-resolution display, videos and games are full of impact. It has a spacious screen that can be useful in business scenarios too. And it also supports an external keyboard. You can't get it from the App Store. Be sure to click on this ad video and take part in the event.
Only for new app users with qualifying orders. Terms and conditions apply.
With Google Workspace, you can get any job done on your phone. From giving feedback, to attending meetings, to signing contracts. That's working from anywhere, made easy with Google Workspace.
So looking around the group, Van der Poel is just keeping an eye on everyone around him. There's a lot of swinging in and out here. Almirai, they've got Felix Gall. You can see in the light blue and dark blue colours. Plenty of teams looking to try and set up the lead out. It's Wout van Aert, Thijs Benoot, Jonas Vingegaard, Matteo Jorgensen. There's a lot of, as we go through 3K to go, even in this small group, there's a lot of switching left and right here on the open sections of the fields.
Yes, because of the wind direction is slightly from the right hand side. That's why Wout van Aert is just sitting slightly out towards the right hand side, and that's what you'll do. So it's just forcing. I think they're going to have to wait as long as possible in this one. I think it's going to come down to the last few hundred meters. I cannot see anybody going solo this time. The last few years it has been solo, but I think this is going to come down to a sprint at the end.
Quentin Pacher leading out here for Groupama FDJ. He's got his teammate Raymond Gregoire in the group. Look at you can see there right into the eyes of Wout van Aert. Second wheel. Here comes Tim Wellens in the polka dot jersey with the rainbow jersey of Tadej Pogacar right with him. Following him like a hawk is Remco Evenepoel riding through. Wellens is going to lead into this climb now. The brush from the King of the Mountains leader. You're just going to watch that little raised ridge down the center of the road. Pogacar, we feel here, we're lining up for a big one from the world champion. Little bit of a gap there. They've got to watch the gaps as we go through 2 kilometers to go. And it is Tim beats out on the climb as we will to the Mur de Bretagne for the final time. 2 kilometers to go, 6.9% average, that 15% maximum gradient. He can't hold the line here for Thijs Benoot. Jonas Vingegaard moves up. Mathieu van der Poel. And the gap goes. Van der Poel knows that he is done here. It's the world champion out of the saddle. The yellow jersey elect here in this Tour de France for Tadej Pogacar. Remco Evenepoel, the white jersey from Soudal Quickstep. He's got to be patient here, or is he going to go long? Vingegaard, you got the podium from last year. Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard, Remco Evenepoel. It's surprisingly here, Brian takes it up on the front.
Yeah, I thought they would wait, and they haven't with this kind of headwinds. But Remco looks good today. I think Vingegaard, he's just going to sit and wait. Roglic has been dropped. We kind of thought that anyway, but good to see Remco taking this one on, because I think Vingegaard is just prepared to sit and wait.
Evenepoel, little glance to the left. Pogacar pedaling smoothly in the wheel. Vingegaard just following the world champion in the rainbow jersey in the background. Kevin Vauquelin, Matteo Jorgensen trying to ride themselves back into contention. The Frenchman out of the saddle in the red and black there of Arkea, B&B Hotels, Jorgensen car, and Onley all there. Remco Evenepoel though dancing on the pedals. Craig Sagan's back. Show of strength here on the front from the Olympic champion.
Yeah, looking good, I have to say. And, you know, it's so easy for him just to kind of pull over and allow Pogacar to do it all. But a very, very select group at the front here. Narvaez is there. Narvaez can sprint well come the end. So it's not all about Pogacar come the end. Felix Gall hanging in there, as you say, Oscar Onley. But Vingegaard, he's just sitting and waiting. Just watch out for Jorgensen, because I think he might try something. We're over the steepest part now, 1 kilometre to go.
It is going to come down through a sprint from this group. Remco Evenepoel on the front, Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard, Kevin Vauquelin, Matteo Jorgensen, Jonathan Narvaez, Oscar Onley, Geraint Thomas getting onto the back of the group, doggedly determined and digging in here. Here goes Narvaez just on the outside. Will he get the nod here? Is he going to lead this one out? Narvaez looks across for his teammates. So right on the back of the group, and it's Axel Laurence, my apology, that's just on the back of the group. Vauquelin is there, Felix Gall. It is UAE Emirates that are leading this one out now with Jonathan Narvaez on the front. Remco Evenepoel second wheel. Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard and Matteo Jorgensen right there. Who is going to make the move? As Brad Smith said, it's all about the timing here. You don't want to go too early in this sprint, but Tadej Pogacar is getting a perfect lead out here from his teammate. He's going to open up the sprint. Pogacar sat third wheel, right on the wheel of Remco Evenepoel. Laurence on the back as we just start to grind up towards the top here. 400 meters now to go towards the line. Fortune favors the brave. Who is going to go first? Pogacar looking back over the shoulder. Vingegaard does the same. Looks at Jorgensen. Evenepoel though just tracking Jonathan Narvaez here, waiting for the move, or is he going to launch it first? Kevin Vauquelin on the back. Tadej Pogacar now launches the sprint to the line, and in the wheel is Jonas Vingegaard. But Tadej Pogacar up towards the line. Can Vingegaard do anything about this one? No, he can't. It is another victory for the world champion. Tadej Pogacar, absolute perfection today for the UAE Team Emirates. It's 101 here on the Mur de Bretagne for Tadej Pogacar. Takes the victory, takes back the Maillot Jaune with it, and the Mur de Bretagne delivers yet again.
Another one for Tadej Pogacar. Good effort there from Vingegaard, you have to say. It looked as if it was Oscar Onley got up there in third place, so yeah, he'll be super happy with that. But, you know, when it came down to that, Narvaez came straight to the front. Great efforts. Unfortunately, Van der Poel, well, he won this in 4 years ago, 2021, to take yellow, but this time, it's this man here that not only takes the stage, but takes yellow jersey as well. That wasn't easy, was it?
It wasn't easy. He had to work for that one. And here comes our Maillot Jaune, our yellow jersey. And he has acquitted himself well in this Tour de France. It is a wave from Mathieu Van der Poel as he crosses the line. He's done everything that he can to defend that yellow jersey. Taking it back yesterday, he kicks, he has it for a day, and then it swaps back to the world champion, to Tadej Pogacar. Remco looked comfortable. Looked comfortable. He looked good on that climb.
Yeah, you have to kind of question why this is Ben Healy coming up with yesterday's winner, involved with that crash there coming in. So unfortunately, he didn't get to feature. You have to question why did that.
I would have sat back. I think for him taking it up on the front, given how we know how Remco rides, I would have expected him to sit back more behind Jonas and Tadej in that sprint.
I would have thought sit back, not take it on, sit back and try and capitalise on the last few 100 meters there, because I think Remco showing he's got the form to maybe to do something there. But on the flip side of that, Marty, I think by doing that, it's just giving him a lot of confidence to be able to kind of lead there and take control. I think Remco looked really good. Okay, he never got anything out of it because Pogacar takes 10 seconds. Vingegaard takes 6, and Oscar only takes 4 seconds. He's not even looking behind. Look at when he goes. That was a very slow reaction from Pogacar. Very, very slow. I think he just went backwards there, but I think Vingegaard was just trying all the time. Never get anywhere near that kind of shake of the head. He wasn't even getting anywhere near Pogacar come the end.
Jonathan Narváez, you're looking for Tadej Pogacar. Estás buscando
Jonathan
a Tadej
Narváez.
Pogacar. Cuéntanos sobre este plan que tenían.
Looking for Tadej Pogacar. Tell us about that today. We knew that it was a stage that could suit him very well, and it was a tough stage at the start because we were 60 kilometers attacking. So everyone was thinking that he would win, but we did a good job as teammates. He's a great asset and he really deserves it. Last year you were rivals. How's it? Great rider. Congratulations. Great lead out from Narváez there at the finish.
Yeah, he obviously sacrificed for Pogacar. That was always going to be the plan. He's a great finisher himself, as Narváez. He needed him there. Unfortunately, Almeida wasn't there. I think Almeida would have been here. French Oak Boyklin at the back, but I don't think Evenepoel, you see him looking around there, he just went backwards there. Just did a little bit too much.
Day to Mur de Bretagne delivers yet again. Thanks for your company today. We will hand you over to Jonathan Harris-Bass to take you through the classement and the podium. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks, Jono.
Not at all. Thank you, Marty and Brian. So today, Pogacar with his second stage on this year's Tour de France, his 101st victory. And now 19 Tour de France stage wins, but great to see the camaraderie between teams. So that's today's stage. Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard out on their own. A brilliant ride from Oscar Onley and Felix Gall and Matteo Jorgensen as well. Been a now let's hear from the man who was in yellow today, Mathieu van der Poel.
One day in yellow. Tell us about the pressure you made from, especially from UAE.
Yeah, like I said, I was I would lose it today, so I try to enjoy a little bit. Yeah, it's quite special. They have jersey after 4 years. I'm happy.
Were you able to think about what happened here when you were riding, when you were the bike today?
I was out time when I attacked here first time, so yeah, time changes, but I think I can be very proud.
Make sure there was the crash going into the final. Did you hear that? Did you experience something of it?
I heard it, and when I looked back, I thought, yeah, quite some riders on the ground. I think I don't know what happened. Hopefully, everybody is okay.
Finally, all for green now.
Sorry,
all in for green jersey.
We will see. Yeah, today. I guess I to be there is hard, but was just and all out for any points, and then yeah, I tried a bit on the last climb, but
in battle. Tadej Pogacar's lead over Remco Evenepoel is 54 seconds now. Kevin Vauquelin remains in third. The ice jacket on for the cool down.
How can you tell us about the plan going into the stage? We saw you fighting hard in that break, and yeah, the final itself. How was it?
Yeah, I mean, tried to be in the break once again. Was yeah, before the stage, I thought only UAE would really have the confidence and the interest to really chase down the breakaway for the stage win. But yeah, then I quickly saw also Alpecin came to help them, and yeah, then it started to be pretty hard for us to yeah, we tried, and afterwards we switched to the final plan where we wanted to make the race hard, and because we think that was in favor for Jonas, of course.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So, here are our leaders in the different jerseys. Maillot jaune goes to Tadej Pogacar. Tim Wellens stays in the Maillot à Pois. Tadej Pogacar back into that green jersey, leading in the points category. He is also stage winner. Remco Evenepoel stays in white. And Kostyo, Jørn Kostyo, what a performance from him today, and rewarded for his endeavours with that most combative rider award. Winning in the rainbow stripes on this tour once more. Tadej Pogacar takes stage 7.
%24% of our online revenue could be attributed to Google Ads. Where customers have had some sort of interaction with us, Google allows us to stand out and to engage with customers that way across the whole internet rather than just through search.
can see, Felix, a mix of feeling.
But sorry, again.
We can see a mix of feeling. Are you disappointed or happy with this fourth place?
No, I think, yeah, for sure. I mean, a win out of the bunch, like a fair fight against, against Jonas and Tade is also Remco is super hard. So I'm quite happy to have a nice result here. Of course, it's for me the focus is more on the second and third week, and as you can tell, I gave it my all today. I didn't feel super good yesterday. I felt much better. Today, I think it's also with the heat. Yesterday, first hot day. Today again. But I'm certainly happy with today, and also, the first few days, like always, super stressful, and I feel like now I'm getting into a good rhythm. Also with my teammates to be more comfortable in the bunch and with them. So I think it's a good day. We said top 5, fourth place. So
Good. Thank you very much. It was perfect. Thank you.
So, an upbeat Felix Gall. I'm not surprised that he's quite upbeat about that fourth place finish. Done well. Tim Wellens, he's still in the polka dots. Well, back on his bike, João Almeida has managed to get across the finish line, but he was involved in that nasty crash on the lap around Mur de Bretagne. So he will have to get checked out because it didn't initially look very good at all. The victor, though, Tadej Pogacar, and everyone who lined the route has seen the world champion victorious, the defending champion in the Tour victorious for his second time on this year's Tour. Let's go and hear from him.
Tadej, whether you wear the jersey, whether you don't wear the jersey, you don't care. You just want to win. Today was the perfect example of that.
Oh yeah, I'm super happy with the win today. We did almost perfect, and unfortunately Joao crashed, and I hope he's okay. If he's okay, then it's perfect day. If he's not okay, then this victory is for him. And right now I just wish he's okay.
The objective was clearly to win. That's why the team and actually Alpecin rode at the front of the pack. There was no letting a breakaway take off.
Yeah, of course. I think me and Matthew, we both know this finish very well. We have nice memories both from here, I guess. We wanted, more or less, both we wanted the same to win on this iconic climb. But I think, maybe he left it too much yesterday on the road, so we couldn't have this rematch. But for me, the day went super like we planned, and the win is amazing.
Talk to us about that win. How you did it on that final climb. Amazing work from Jonathan Narvaez as well.
Yeah, we did amazing job today. All the teammates were perfect. It was hot day. We spent a lot of energy to cooling down the bodies, and also it was super fast and hard day. So we had a plan. We stick to it. Team lead me out to the bottom of the climb. Normally Joao should be there, but he crashed.
If you're a gamer with back pain like me, listen up. After testing tons of gaming chairs, I finally found one that gets it right on Temu. It was super easy to assemble, no extra tools, no stress. The adjustable lumbar support actually helps my lower back. And yes, it reclines too. Perfect for long sitting sessions. Honestly, it's super comfy and totally worth it. Go grab yours on Temu now.
Introducing Gemini in Google Docs. AI that helps teams write, brainstorm, and revise, so there's less staring at blank pages and more time for important tasks. Get that draft written in minutes with Gemini for Google Workspace.
Here comes the green jersey, or the former green jersey, because actually Jonathan Miller has lost his grip on the green jersey. Although I think he still is going to be wearing it tomorrow due to the fact that Tadej Pogacar will be in yellow, of course. So across the line comes the green jersey. Let's take a look back at the best of the action. So beautiful Saint-Malo was where we rolled out from earlier on today. And once again took a Marco Haller was the first to go from the group up the road. Hot day, lots of ice and water being poured over riders in order to stay hydrated and in order to stay cool as well. Split into 3 different groups. Kostyuk going on the attack over the penultimate peak, and he stayed out in front on the first descent of Mur de Bretagne. Check the bell. Right, with 12 kilometres left to go, Kostyuk's time out in front came to an end. Nasty crash occurred on the descent. Joe Almeida and Santiago Buitrago, 2 of the riders worst affected. On to the final ascent at Mur de Bretagne. Little games of cat and mouse inside the final kilometre, but in the end, it was the top 2 who shone. Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard crossing the line 1-2. Just picking up a few extra seconds over those trailing behind them. Mathieu van der Poel came across the line, nothing left in the tank, he said. And as a consequence, he loses the yellow jersey to Tadej Pogacar.